Hello?
Hi. How are you?
Hello? I'm okay. How are you?
Good. So, what are your initial thoughts on foster care?
What are my thoughts on foster care?
Yes.
The reasons it's needed. It's definitely needed in all communities. For one reason or another, because when the parents are unable to care for the children, they need to go to a safe home, a home that will take care of them, provide for them. My thoughts on foster children, I do it strictly for the satisfaction. I love the movement, and we have a lot to give back to our community. Sorry, let me go in the other room. I have three little ones now, and they're playing on their gymnastics. Okay, let me go in the other room. Okay, now I'm sorry. Could I ask that again?
What?
Justice is fairness, whether you're a small person or an adult.
Okay. So, in the future of foster care, where do you see it
Different states, some states are more on top of the number of cases that are reported as abuse, and that children have to go into foster care, whether it be temporary or long term, which could turn into adoption. But I'm here in the state of Kentucky. I believe there's something like 2,800 kids in foster care. It just needs to start at the level of parenting, I guess, or maybe even younger than that, maybe in middle school, to let us know that it takes more. We should stand by our families instead of going the wrong way. I don't know what the answer is when it comes to an addiction. I've never had that problem. I'm very fortunate there. My family hasn't, but I understand people do have problems. I just don't understand why it keeps that way. So I really don't know what the answer is. I just don't know if they're going away anytime soon.
out of foster care or in it, just to help the children?
Yes, I don't. If it were up to me, if we could wave a magic wand, no one should be, as they call it, in the system. No child should be. It can be a lifelong memory. Some good, some bad. No, I wish there was no child in the foster care system. In general, communication, I believe, with my experience with the state, we work for the state of Kentucky, um, is open. It's general. It's usually transparent. But um, I think there are too many givens to the parents that let their children go back repeatedly into foster care. I believe it's like anything. One or two strikes against you, you're out. It shouldn't be repeated. These children shouldn't have to go years, dependent on foster families to take care of them, and then go back to the parents for 6 or 8 months, and they can turn around and do the same thing they did a year ago. I believe that you should have so many strikes, maybe two strikes, you're out. The children will go on. They'll be adopted or go to a family member.
Household.
Well, they should always. My experience is, you would rather be with your family, whether it be a grandmother, aunt, uncle, whatever, cousin, than you would with a stranger in most cases. So, if family would step up, to either help these children, these young adults and parents that are in trouble, or if they've tried so many times and these adults won't listen and they're still doing the wrong thing, then it would be nice if the family would step up and take custody of the children to get them away from that environment.
I think nowadays there's no doubt that it's kind of hard to get most people out of foster care, and there's a bunch of children there. So how do you think the best way to run a foster care? How to make it faster?
Okay, well, we have a state petition because that's just the way we prefer it, and it's what's on their backs. Because they're removed from the home immediately, or they come from a hospital. So, first thing I do is go shopping. Then we assign them their seat at the table, because we eat all our meals at the table and we all eat together. I think that gives them right away a little confidence that they have their own spot, their own space. So we do that. And then we'll buy toys if needed, because, again, they need a doll, the baby, or stuff or something, if we don't have it here. And I don't know. We just hope we make it comfortable for them right away.
So, I think it's obvious that when a child is in foster care, they have some sort of mental barrier, because it's hard to switch from home to home.
Trust.
From parent to
It
parent.
is just because of the trust. You know, the only people they've known in their lives are their parents normally, a few relatives. If you remove that from them, sure, you've taken their world away. They're completely lost. They're coming to a stranger, and all children are taught not to trust strangers, yet we're taking these young kids, or any age, and just plopping them into a stranger's home. I'm sure a lot of anxiety, a lot of anger. They're mad at mom, they're mad at the family, they're mad at the new family that they're going to, because they're strangers. It's a frightening world for little ones. To be picked up by a police cruiser or a social service worker who buckles you in and everything's going to be all right, and you have no idea what's going to happen to you in the next 5 minutes. I'm sure it's scary as hell.
Right. You look at actors, and they make it look so easily. It's so easy.
It's not. When kids come to us, some of them are in tears. All they want to do is go home. They love their mom and dad, regardless of what the reason they're removed from the home. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah. So what do you think the best techniques are to take?
What new techniques to take?
Yes.
I don't know if there can be, because I'm on the other end. I'm accepting this, and these are children that are taken away from something, and I'm giving something. So, on my end, I'm all thrilled that they're coming. Sure, there may be problems and all that, but there hasn't been things we haven't handled so far. I don't know what can be done, because we've never had to deal with such an epidemic. Foster care was put together, years and years ago, because of single mothers, to help with the children when they go to work and that, or they couldn't have money, they didn't afford. Women didn't have rights like they do now. 70, 80 years ago. So foster care was needed back then. Now it is needed, but it's being abused for the wrong reason. Girls, women, mothers, fathers, they're taking vacation time, as I say it. They're letting their kids go to foster for 6 to 10, 12 months, and then they want their children back. It's like they're taking a vacation, a short recess from being parents. Most of us don't have that advantage. It just shows you that somewhere along the line, most of them have bonded with their children, but the few that haven't are the ones that end up in adoption.
Yeah. So when you have your child in the system and you walk around to like a park, if they're little or something, how do you see other people responding?
We don't refer to them as foster children. We're at the age that people look at us and say, "Oh, those are grandchildren," and we just nod our head. Yep, they are. We're in the process of adopting 3, by the way. No, we no longer refer to any of the children who come to us fosters, not unless the conversation goes that direction, because there's so many people that foster kids. It's almost, I'd say 3 out of 10 people in Erlanger foster kids. It's unbelievable. You'll be at the grocery store, and you can kind of tell if you've been a foster parent who's fostering. And then the conversation will come up if you're talking about cereal or cookies, and the kids say, "No, I like this," or "My mom used to buy me this," that kind of thing. So you kind of get that feeling. But I don't know. What we do, I enjoy. I don't know what the answer is. I do know there's too many children in the foster care system.
Okay. So you just refer to them as your own, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So
We have about Two fosters in gymnastics now. We have one in soccer. One's getting to go, soon will be starting swim lessons. There's no difference in the world. There isn't. No.
Nice. So how can other people who are accepting other children, how can they help?
Well, if you can't open your home, there are ways that you can get back to the community. I contact local offices, the foster or children's services or women's services, family services, because they have. There are people that volunteer that make blankets, that donate clothes, new clothes, that donate toys. There's organizations that put on picnics for the children. They try to give them every aspect of a regular life. Yes, there are fosters, and they're not in the right home. Not with their parents, I should say. They may be in the right home, but not with their parents. So, but at least they get to feel they're outside playing with everyone. No one cares who you are. You're kids. You're playing. Or you're eating dinner with family. And no one at the other table knows who's family and who's not. I think that's how we get back to the community, and that's how the community can help the kids. Don't make a difference. They're only kids.
Mm-hmm. So I really think that it's sad about how many kids are exactly in foster care each year. On average, how many kids do you think is put into a foster care home each year?
Currently, I believe Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, has 2,800 children in foster care. That's the state of Kentucky alone.
For the whole world, not just the state.
Oh, for the world? Oh, my gosh. Well, we have 50 states, and Kentucky is a small state. So you can imagine. Now, in the world, it's not considered really a foster world, because most of these children, especially in the Middle East or Africa, they're on their own. There's no one looking at them. So the multiples cannot be counted as a foster count. Not the way I see it. Because there's so many children, in Thailand and all over the world that just are taking care of themselves at the age of 3 and 4 and survival. So it's not really a foster. No one's looking after them.
Right. Well, on average, there's about 400,000 each year.
Isn't that much? Pretty much, isn't it?
Yes.
Plus the ones that we don't know. The ones that are running around that have nowhere, nothing to do, nowhere to go.
Yep. So
they're not even counted.
So, last question. Do you think in the near future that the rates of how many kids go into the system will go down or decline?
Let's see. I can only hope. I have hope. I do. I hope that generations, like the generations that are in foster care now, will learn and get their education and get support along the way from all of the people that want to do this and should do this. And, it's demanded you take care of your children. We teach. I hope they change the world in the foster world, because they're the only ones that can. It cannot go on generation after generation anymore. It's a vicious circle. People start out on food stamps, foster care. They grow up and do the same thing because that's the life they've been taught. But the young have to change it. And with the help of adults and organizations, communities, it can be changed.
Nice. Well, thank you for your time.
Hey, what is your name, by the way?
Tyler?
Oh, very nice. That was nice talking to you. Tell Caroline anytime. She can call me just to chat, too, if she wants to.
Right.
I tell her we do have a 22-month-old baby, a little boy. Now I know